In the last video, I made this wonderful device made from garden tube and recycled bottles that was able to turn free rainwater into free warm water. Today, I'm going to improve this design by adding a bigger coil, more recycled bottles, and a much larger container. And once that is all said and done, what we will be left with is a device able to supply us with an endless supply of hot water. So the first thing I'm going to do is replace this water jug with this water heater I got from a good friend. So the reason for replacing the plastic barrel with this container is because it's much bigger, able to hold much more water, and also it is already insulated, meaning it can hold water warmer for a longer period of time. So I'm gonna use these anchor bolts to fix this container to the wall. I used this piece of wood to trace the mounting holes on it. Next, I pressed it against the wall, made sure it was level, and drilled the pre-holes, and switched to a bigger bit for the main holes. I thought it would be a good idea to tap the anchor bolts with this hammer into place, which sadly made some parts of the anchor bolt get stuck. Let's try again. But it worked out the second time around. It's good. Now for the fun part. I then went ahead to clip the water heater into place. To my surprise, it was much easier than I could have imagined. Then I went ahead to tighten it securely into place. In addition to that water heater I also got my hands on a ton of this black tubing that I'm going to turn into this massive coil. Learning from my previous mistake in the first video, I think I'm going to place the coil and the water heater on top of the roof, plus the solar panel and more of the solar tubes I made. Placing these components on the roof means there's less of a chance of anything coming between them and the sun. With all our pieces gathered, I think we can start getting this thing together. I'm going to connect the T connection to the bottom of the barrel and connect this end of the pipe that is going to the bathtub like that, and the other end to the inlet of this water pump, and connect this pipe to the outlet that is going to the roof. So next I'm going to use this adapter to connect it to the pipe coming from the pump and connect this to one end of the coil. I placed the water heater in an upward angle and also added the additional heating tubes, taking us from 50 Coke bottles to 100. I'm going to use this configuration to link the coil to the water heater. Awesome. Just gonna place the solar panel over here and take these wires off the roof. To finish it off, I added a pipe to the outlet of the water heater and the other end to the container. Next, I collected some free rainwater in a water tank and connected to a pump to transfer the water to the container. And finally, connect the solar panel to the pump. So compared to its predecessor that spent the whole day warming up a smaller amount of water, this new system managed to accomplish the same feat in just a few hours with higher temperatures of water. Don't believe me? Just look what it does to this block of ice. Or what about something a bit more challenging, like boiling an egg? Just gonna put it in a sock. Hope you can see the timer. Not bad. I wonder how deep it went. Not bad at all. Just gonna add some salt. Despite my awkward facial expressions, I can assure you this egg was nothing short of being delicious. My only regret was not giving it enough time to cool down. So if you follow this other pipe around the house, you will find it will lead into this wall. The pipe next to it is for another project that I'm working on, and behind this wall it goes to a valve system that I've set up, and by turning this valve you get access to free hot water made by the sun. Too hot to handle. It's good. Even though I'm living in one of the sunniest countries in the world, as you seen earlier, we do get our fair share of rainy days. So the question is, how do I go about heating the water under such conditions? So to solve this problem, I'm going to heat the water using this broken kettle and this battery I charged using that additional solar panel I got back there. But first I have to get the kettle fixed. Found some loose screws, maybe they got something to do with it. If I'm being honest, I only need the element to be working. I don't need the rest of this. Maybe I'll keep the light for decoration. So let me just quickly show you what I've done. So I just took the wires from the base and connected them directly to the elements. So I'm going to test it with this laptop
charger.
It's about the same you would expect to get from this battery. I think that element might be broken. So since this element is broken, instead what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this water heater I got and just heat it like this. Put this on the top. We won't need this. Oh yeah, that's definitely getting warmer. If you look down there, you should be able to see some bubbles. Just for the sake of clarity, it shouldn't be possible for a 12-volt battery to heat up a 300-liter container. How this is going to work is, I'm going to pump the preheated water left over from the previous day into the kettle. That should take it up a degree or two. So what I've done here is I removed this elbow connection and installed this T connection so that the water can split and go to the kettle. So the water is coming down here, flowing through this tube and into the kettle, which is being heated up by this element, which is driven by this battery. And the overflow comes out here on this little spout through this pipe and back into the container. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you want to see any more bonus content or early access to the latest videos, or just want to offer some general support, you can find and do all that all on my Patreon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bon appetit!